If you're sick and tired of wanting better, wanting to change, but nothing in your life reflects that, this video is for you. I'm going to dissect my coaching program and literally tell you exactly what you need to do to start seeing results. This is how I helped this stay-at-home mom lose 40 pounds and rebuild her confidence in just 120 days, without the gym, diet pills, or sacrificing time with her kids. I know this is hard to believe, but she did not do this alone. I created a program customized for her goals and what she had access to. Basically, what I do is we talk about what it is that you're looking to change, what kind of results you want to see. If you have to stay at home, if you have a gym membership, whatever it is, and I make a plan customized for you. We're not just following some random trends. We're not just following a random program. This program is for you. And I didn't just hand her a plan and disappear. I helped her rebuild the way that she thought about food, thought about movement, but most importantly, her own confidence. She lost 40 pounds by simple daily habits, training from home, working on her mindset, and having me in her corner to help her stay on track. I don't just coach women to look skinny, even if that's your goal, but I coach women to feel strong, build a lifestyle that they can keep, and actually love who they see in the mirror. Who this is for? If you're a stay-at-home mom who wants to lose weight without sacrificing time with your kids, this is for you. If you're a busy woman who struggles to put herself first, this is for you. If you've tried meal plans, tracking apps, cutting out food groups, but always falling off, this is for you. If you want to lose 20, 30, or 40 pounds and actually keep it off, this is for you. If you're tired of looking in the mirror and not recognizing the woman staring back, this is for you. If you want to build confidence, strength, and feel like yourself again, with or without the gym, this is for you. But who this is not for? If you keep saying that you want change, but you're not willing to show up, this isn't for you. This program takes hard work. I try to make it as simple as possible, but it's not easy. It's hard work and dedication, and you need to be willing to put that in. And if you think that it's too much work and you'd rather stay comfortable instead of fixing the body and the mindset that you hate, this isn't for you. Change isn't always easy, but it's worth it. But again, you have to be willing to put in the work. And if you ghost people who are trying to help you, blame others, or complain more than you commit, this isn't for you. Because one thing that I'll tell you is I'm not going to chase my clients around and be putting more effort into them and their goals than they are. And if you would rather spend money on drinks, having fun, and distractions than the discipline that will change your life, this is definitely not for you. Now, hear me out. I definitely believe in balance. I'm not saying that you can't ever have fun, but what I'm saying is if that fun time is standing in the way of your goals and just becoming a distraction, it's not going to work. And if you'd rather be told what you want to hear instead of what you need to hear, this is not for you. I'm going to call out your mistakes. I'm going to call out your flaws. I'm going to tell you what you're doing wrong because I don't sugarcoat things. That's not how things get done. Now, I am very empathetic and I do care. I'm not mean, but I'm also not going to be like, it's okay that you didn't do that. No, it's not okay. And I bet you anything, the excuses that you're making for the reason why you can't do the things that you're supposed to be doing is the reason why you're in this place to begin with. So if you let discouragement run your life, and if you give into defeat every time things get hard, and you're not willing to change that, this is not for you. Because I promise you, life is going to keep happening, but it's your decision whether you let it happen to you or happen for you. So, Here's the truth about losing 20 to 40 pounds that no one else is going to tell you. You don't need extreme diets, magic supplements, or a crazy gym schedule to change your life. You can get real lasting results with a proven program, whether you train at home or at the gym. It's not always about doing more. It's about doing the right things consistently. But most women never get there because they don't know how to. So I built a strategy that works with their actual lifestyle, not against it. So what we do is we figure out what's going to work for you and build something for that. Now again, some things are going to have to be sacrificed, but those are the bad habits that are holding you back. And we need to shift your mindset so that you stop sabotaging and finally follow through. Stick with something long enough and stop starting over. I feel like that's a majority of people's issue. They try a workout for a week and are like, I don't know why I'm seeing results. So then they switch something up. Or they try something trendy they see on TikTok or Instagram and they switch it up. Or they're like, I'm going to try this new diet plan, or I'm going to go to yoga, Pilates, whatever it is, and then they switch it up. You need to stop switching it up and stick to something that's for you and your goals and stay consistent with it, and I promise you, you'll start seeing results. I posted a screenshot in here, right there, because my client really did not think that she was going to be where she's at. And I just wanted to show you that, like, this is not just about training, but it's also about the mindset. And I helped her change her mindset so much so that she's seeing the results. And it's amazing once you start seeing the results. But you have to put in the work and you have to listen to what I tell you, because I promise you it's not going to be easy, but I'm going to be there every step of the way. And I hear this all the time. I have to do everything perfect or it's not worth doing at all. And the truth is you need structure, support, and a strategy built around you, not perfection. Another big limiting belief that you need to let go of is that I just don't have time right now. Because you do have time. You're just choosing not to use it for this. Because if your life is always too busy to take care of yourself, this is exactly why you need to do it. You don't need more hours. You need more structure, boundaries, and commitment to yourself. Because my client didn't magically find more time. She stopped wasting the little time that she did have. Mind you, stay-at-home mom with 3 kids. She doesn't have more time, but she finally started using it so that it counted and it worked towards her goals instead of working against them. So, if you want this person to be you, I'm going to show you exactly how to get there. How to stop letting missed workouts and messy days throw you off. Because again, life does not stop happening. But I'm going to teach you how to lock in a plan that actually works for your life. That way you have something to work for, even if life gets a little chaotic. Also, how I helped my client drop 40 pounds in 120 days by sticking to home workouts, mastering simple non-negotiables, and rewiring her mindset. Because you need to believe that you're going to see the results even when they take a while to get there. Because I promise you, you're not going to work out 3 days and see results. It's going to take a while, but it's going to come. I'm also going to show you exactly how to follow through on your goals and feel strong in your body, even if you struggled with motivation and self-discipline for years. I'm also going to teach you how to build simple, goal-driven routines that work, even with a packed schedule. Because my goal is not to put more on your plate, but teach you how to balance it better. And yeah, we might have to get rid of bad habits. But again, those bad habits are what holds you back. And then how to win from home or the gym, but by choosing every tool available speeds everything up. So, now before we dive into how to get there, I want to tell you a little bit of how I got here. I've got some pictures over here of who I used to be, and I'm telling you, that girl struggled. A few years ago, I was completely lost. I was battling with depression for 13 years. That's like half my life. I was in toxic relationships, surrounded by the wrong people, and I was numbing myself with addiction. I was constantly breaking promises to the version of me that I knew I was meant to become, even if I didn't know it at the time. I attempted suicide 3 times, and no matter what I tried, therapy, medication, even the gym, nothing truly stuck for me. I felt like I was surviving, not living. I couldn't do that survival mode anymore. I wasn't eating right, I wasn't thinking right, and I definitely wasn't showing up for myself. Eventually, I hit rock bottom, and I made a choice. I knew that if something didn't change, if I didn't change, I wasn't going to make it. So I did. I cut the people out of my life. I got out of the environments that were draining me. I stopped drinking, I stopped using, and I started rebuilding from the inside out. And I will tell you this, it was very hard to do this by myself. There was so many times that I wanted to give up. Again, this wasn't the very first time I tried to change my life, but I knew that everything in my life needed to be changed if I wanted to see change. And it didn't start with fitness, actually. It started with my mindset. I started reading, I started journaling, I sat with my thoughts instead of running from them. I built a morning routine. I filled my days with intention and discipline. And for the first time in my life, I started showing up for me. Not out of desperation, but out of self-respect. And some of these over here, the Healing Through Reflection, that's a journal that I made for myself to help me get through some of the things. And I actually give that out to my clients in case there's anything that they need to heal from their past. I also have a picture of me journaling and a few pictures of me working out, because eventually I did come back to fitness. But it wasn't to punish myself or to just chase an aesthetic. This time was different. The gym became my outlet, a place where I built strength, structure, and identity. And as I got stronger, physically, emotionally, and mentally, not only did I start noticing, but other people started noticing. And my friends started asking me how I did it, how I got out of my cycles, my bad relationships, basically how I changed my entire life. And that's when I realized I didn't just fix myself. I built a system, a blueprint that works, because it's rooted in truth. Now, I coach other women through the exact method that saved me by focusing on mindset, structure, routine, and discipline. Because you won't change your body by hating it, and you don't change your life by waiting for motivation. You change everything when you decide to raise your standards and become the woman who follows through. And I named this program the EmpowHer program. It's my blueprint I built through my own trial and error by hitting rock bottom, rebuilding from the inside out, and learning how to structure it into freedom. Now I've decided to break it all down for you for free. This was me before. I was skinny, unhealthy, dealing with addictions, and a lot of other problems. And then this is me now, strong, healthy, powerful, and most importantly, happy. So, in the following steps, I'm going to walk you through the exact process I used to change my entire life, mentally, physically, and emotionally. So you can use the EmpowHer program to finally follow through and become a version of you that you actually want to be. and I'll be with you the whole time. So, the EmpowHer program to explain. Now, before I could change anything, I had to remove what was keeping me stuck. And this is the full process that I followed to rebuild my mindset, my body, and my lifestyle from the inside out. This is the same process that I now guide my clients through. So, stage 1, the identity shift. Now, before I could grow, I had to let go of everything that kept me small. The next stage is mental rebuild. So I couldn't build a better life with the same broken mindset. In stage 3, daily systems and self-structure, because discipline didn't restrict me, it saved me. Stage 4, strong body, strong identity. The gym became my outlet, not my punishment. In stage 5, food that fuels. Food stopped being the enemy and became part of my power. Now, I go into these a little bit. The identity shift. Removing the toxic people and the draining environments was key to my progress. I cut out all the vices like alcohol, weed, and the distracting-based habits. I faced my truth and I committed to full ownership. I created a space to finally focus on myself. This was the most important step for me. But stage 2, the mental rebuild, that's when things started really sticking. I introduced daily mindset work like journaling, gratitude, affirmations. I began shifting the negative thought patterns into intentional self-talk, focused on personal standards, boundaries, and self-awareness. I set both emotional and outcome-based goals. I learned how to stay calm, center, and in control. And the next, the daily system and self-structure. I built a morning routine that anchored me. I set daily non-negotiables that made me feel grounded, created a structure that supported my goals without burnout, learned how to stay consistent even when life got busy, and rebuilt my confidence by doing what I said I would do. Strong body, strong identity is the next one. Focused on movement that made me feel strong. I trained consistently with a focus on progression. I built physical strength that carried into every area of life, and I reclaimed confidence by seeing myself follow through. And food that fuels. I learned to fuel my body for energy, strength, and recovery. I stopped under-eating and punishing myself with restrictions, focused on simple, balanced meals that supported my goals, and developed a realistic system that I could follow long-term. I rebuilt my relationship with food from guilt to nourishment. So, let me walk you through how I applied each of these to the EmpowHer program with my client, so she could break every pattern that used to keep her stuck and finally became the version of herself she actually wanted to be. So she could stop wasting time on things that never actually worked and finally lose the weight, keep it off, and feel proud of her. First, identity shift and the mental rebuild. So the identity shift, when she first started, she was surrounded by low standards, little support, and habits that kept her stuck. The people around her weren't on the same journey, and no one was pushing her to level up. So it was easy to keep settling. She felt alone in her journey, and it made quitting feel easier than following through. But I helped her get honest about the energy that she was allowing around her and the version of herself she was staying loyal to. Once she saw how much her environment and mind shift were working against her, she stopped waiting for support and decided to lead by example instead. And this is why I said this is one of the most powerful things. Because when you realize that the people and the places that you're in, and when they don't support you, they hinder you. because you're going to care about what they think. And, if you have goals to go to the gym or to eat better and they don't have those same goals, you find yourself slowly going into the habits that they are going into. And then it makes not tracking, not focusing on your goals, it makes all of the stuff that you should be doing easier to not do. And then you fall into a pattern. And then because you're into that pattern, it's harder to get back out. So again, those cycles that I was talking about getting myself out of, when you're around people and in places that don't support them, it makes it a lot harder to get out. So, the mental rebuild. She came in doubting herself, stuck in that all or nothing mindset, and really convinced that she would fail, just like any other time. Her motivation was tied to emotion, and she did not feel like doing it. Oh, if she didn't feel like doing it, she didn't. And that's what kept her stuck. So I helped her shift from those feelings to follow through by introducing simple mindset tools like journaling, gratitude, and intention setting. She started using the morning routines and the affirmations and the daily goals to rewire how she thought. And it was not just about her body, but her identity. So instead of starting over every Monday, she started stacking the wins. Her thoughts became focused, and her confidence started growing. So the reason why the mental rebuild is so important, that when life happens, you are the one that's in control. Life is going to keep happening. It's going to get messy. It's going to get chaotic. But you have to know that you're doing it for a reason, that you're stronger than what life throws at you. And once you get past that, you'll feel empowered. Whole reason why I named it that. But you feel empowered, and the morning routines, the affirmations, the gratitude, those help your mind stay in that positive state. It helps you stay on track. And then that way, you're not just starting over. You're just continuing. And you keep stacking those wins because you're growing through it, not just going through it. Daily systems and self-structure. So she had no structure when she first started. Her days were chaotic, inconsistent, and reactive. She'd try to eat better or move more, but without a plan, it all felt overwhelming, and nothing ever stuck. So I helped her build a simple, realistic system that she could follow through even on her busiest days. No more questioning, no more guessing, no more excuses. And she started using those daily non-negotiables, setting goals each morning and tracking her wins to stay consistent. And with the structure came momentum. And for the first time, she actually felt control of her life instead of constantly playing catch up. And that's why the system is important. Because like I said, life is going to get chaotic and messy. But if you don't have a plan and you don't have a system to follow through, those days are going to win. And you're going to lose, and you're going to feel like you're starting over. But if you have your non-negotiables and if you have your goals set, you're going to feel determined to get through them. And the more you get through and grow through it, that's going to create the momentum that you're going to say, it doesn't matter what happens, I'm going to still do this because I know that that's what I need to become the better version of myself that I know I'm meant to be. So, strong body, strong identity. So at first, she wasn't training consistently. She really just didn't know what to do and how to make it count. She thought working out had to be intense or perfect to matter. She didn't do it at all. I showed her how to train in a way that matched her goals and life, starting from home, with simple strength-based workouts. She got stronger physically, and she started believing in herself again. Her body started changing, but so did her standards. So she stopped identifying as someone who always quit and started showing up like the woman that she wanted to become. Like I said, when you start getting through and growing through things and building that momentum, you will start seeing the results. You will start feeling proud of yourself. You'll be like, I can't believe that I didn't think that this was possible before, because you're shifting your mind to know it is possible. You just have to do the hard work. So instead of quitting and you start showing up, you're going to start being proud of the woman that you're becoming. And food that fuels. So, she used to grab whatever was convenient, or skipping meals, or going back and forth between extreme dieting, and not really caring at all. She thought that eating better meant like restrictions, cutting out carbs, or following a perfect plan, and that mindset always led to burnout. And you gotta think too, with the kids, she's just making something fast and easy so she can feed them. But I taught her how to fuel her body for strength and energy, not just for weight loss. She started eating more, not less, and actually feeling better because of it. We focus on balance. Simple, consistent meals that support her workouts, her hormones, and her lifestyle as a busy mom. And now, she's making an impact on her entire family. She's leading by example, cooking more intentionally, and inspire healthier habits in her home without forcing it on anybody. And her results didn't just change her body, it raised the standards for everyone around her. She told me the other day that she actually started meal planning as a family. And one of her older kids started stepping up and wanting to make breakfast now that they're not in school. And so it is really inspiring that she has led by example. And instead of it being such a chore, it's now family time. And a biggest thing for a lot of my clients is the fact that they are under eating because they try to lose weight. It's not about under eating, it's about eating right. So you might find yourself eating a little bit more, which is great, because if you're training hard, you need to be eating to support those goals. And that's what I teach you. So this isn't just about losing weight. This is about finally becoming the woman you keep saying you want to be. Strong, disciplined, and proud of the life that you're living. I gave this client the blueprint, but she did the work. If you're ready to do the same, you'll get the same results, if not better. Now that you understand exactly how this process works, I have an offer for you. If you're a busy woman who feels like you've lost taking care of yourself over everyone else, if you're a driven woman who's tired of falling off every time life gets chaotic, if you're a woman who wants to finally get strong, confident, and in control, and if you're done with excuses, quick fixes, and starting over every Monday, if you're ready to show up and commit to the discipline that actually will change your life, I'll help you rebuild your mindset, master a goal-focused routine, and get stronger, and fuel your body in 90 days or less, with or without the gym, all through the EmpowHer program. It's designed to work even when life gets messy, busy, and unpredictable. If you're ready to become the woman you said that you would be, send me a message or apply below. Let's build the strongest version of you, inside and out. And in fact, I'm so confident that I can deliver these results, I will personally stick with you until you do, as long as you show up and do your part.